In the quiet of the night, you know that I caught it. Bad, bad.
right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since we've been on the live, but we are happy to be back for homecoming night, celebrating the class of 1974. Tonight we are playing the Pickens, South Carolina Wildcats. Also tonight, we are happy that we started the Spirit Squad this year.
That's right.
And look at that nice run-through banner.
I was just saying how good it looks out there.
It does. So this is the first time it's being used because this is the first time we've played at home since we've had it.
Well over a month since our last home game.
It's been a while. So right now the boys are getting ready to run out, and they will be running through the tunnel of cadets to cheer them on. And Hayes, I have one thing to say about tonight's game. It is not hot.
It feels great out here tonight.
The weather is nice. It's got to be upper 60s by now.
Perfect football weather.
Perfect football weather. We're so excited for Friday nights to be back. And now we're even more excited that the temperature matches the feeling. And also, as you notice, the players are wearing new jerseys.
That's right. They also look really good out there.
The new jerseys look good. We have new home and away jerseys. And it is October, so the pink is on. And it's been a great day. It's been a busy day. Parents on campus, alumni on campus. And so we're ready to continue the evening with the homecoming game and the crowning of the homecoming queen at halftime, which we will be speaking through and narrating. Also, another thing, we have a lot to point out.
It's been so long since we...
There's been a lot of additions and changes, and but another new thing, we got new speakers at the stadium that the people in attendance can actually hear. So they are loud, and so you might be able to hear it every once in a while. They are nice, and we're very glad to have that. The captains have just made their way to center field. For the Rangers, we have number 53, Stephen Hauer, number 41, Sam Rowland, number 2, Kevin Mason, and number 8, Caleb Cole as your captains for tonight's game.
And for the Carolina Wildcats, number 5, Titus Hendricks, number 25, Tidricus Tukes, and number 23, Rayshawn Johnson.
And like I said earlier, Hayes, this team came all the way from South Carolina.
That's a drive.
That is a drive, but we thank them for coming out all this way. I mean, that's got to be 5 hours at least.
At least, right. And they did bring a decent amount of fans for being that far away.
Yeah, so we hope they have safe travels back, and hope that there's a safe game tonight. Kevin Mason is just coming off of a spectacular game.
Spectacular couple of games.
Yeah. I mean, and I think the school broke a record in scoring.
Several records.
I think it was the most points our football team has ever scored.
And like second or third in the AISA.
It's the third highest in the AISA. I think it was 84.
Mm-hmm. So
they scored, was it last week? No, it was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
The Rangers scored 84 points in a game. I don't think I've ever seen that many points scored. Now I will say, when I was in high school in a playoff game, I think it was the second round of the playoffs, my high school scored 72 points on a team, and it was 72-14 for a while until we put in the second string,
right.
Third, JV, middle school.
Hey, they need some playing time too.
Hey, and a lot of people they get mad and they get upset when teams blow teams out like that, where they just run the score up so high. But I think, and if I'm remembering correctly, the mentality that the last team that they scored 84 points on, the mentality that they had was, hey, we were able to give some of our inexperienced players playing time. Yeah, we might have just gotten beat by 40 points, but it can be used as a learning opportunity and a opportunity to improve um, their position and their game and all of that. And so I think if I read something that Coach Bell had posted on our family Facebook page about how he had a great conversation with the coach about scoring that many points and how it was a great learning opportunity for both teams because Coach Bell I was having a conversation with him and he was saying how he was even getting to put in some JV players and getting them the reps that they needed, which is always good.
Yeah, and Coach Bell also mentioned that I can't remember the name of the school. I think it was Meadowview Christian, but they scored 44 points, and that was the most points they had scored in years. So they were happy.
And those are always the best kind of games when you're having fun. But this team looks pumped up. I know the Rangers are pumped up and probably really pumped up to be playing back at home. You know, I know they love playing on Friday nights, but there's just nothing like a home game.
And especially, they've been taking some long road trips.
They have.
Selma.
Yeah.
Tuscaloosa.
Easily, pretty much all of them, I think, have been over an hour. And that's a long drive. But it's I know for them it's good to be back under the lights and on their home field.
Definitely.
Especially on homecoming. Shout out to all of our alumni that have joined us back here tonight. We got a lot of recent grads here.
And I had a lot of alumni come by my classroom today during the open house, so that was nice to see.
And all the older alumni that came back, and even all of you that may be tuning in with us. Old alumni, old parents, new parents, current parents, visiting team parents, we welcome you all. We didn't even introduce ourselves.
They should know who we are by now.
For those of you who are frequent listeners on the Southern Prep Fighting Ranger football broadcast, you know who we are. But for those of you who don't frequently listen to us or who are tuning in for the first time, my name's Dallas Smith, and I am the Director of Student Life here at Southern Prep. And calling alongside me tonight is...
my name's Hayes Grogan. I'm a high school math instructor, and I also coach cross country, track and field, and JV basketball.
And we'll be with you all night long.
So the Wildcats kick off.
Very short kick. It went about to the 50. Kevin Mason was out there in the backfield to receive, and it looks like number 4, Katie Robinson, was the one who actually received that ball. And you heard the cannon fire off to signal the start of the game. Hayes, I don't think that I'm normally very aware of the cannon, but I will admit I just jumped when it fired off.
It still gets me every time. So the Wildcats are on defense.
And honestly, tonight I'm rooting for Kevin. I want him to have an even better game and just continuing the trend he's going because it's impressive. Kevin Mason takes a snap. He does not get far. And in fact, that's a loss of yardage.
There is a flag on the play.
The Wildcat defenders really got through that line. It looks like that is going to be on the Wildcats because they're walking the ball back up. It's going to put them past the line of scrimmage.
I did not catch what the penalty was.
He might be saying it right now. Well, I didn't catch it either. No, he's not. So that's going to be a 1st and 7? 7 for the Rangers. Kevin Mason takes the snap, and he doesn't get far either. They're giving him some good blocks, and Kevin's finding those holes, but those Wildcat defenders are getting around and slipping past the blocks that are being provided.
Yeah, their defensive line is really doing good so far.
It looks like they're really attacking the run game that it looks like the Rangers are trying to do. They're really making it to him because KD was coming from the end, and it looked like he probably could have been wide open.
And I'm sure that this Carolina Wildcats team has watched plenty of film, especially with the recent games we've played with Kevin Mason doing so well and everyone else. So far they've been well prepared for this.
Yeah, this is going to bother me all night, but Kevin Mason has something hanging from the back of his jersey that is not a towel.
I wonder what that is.
He gets a pass off this time and nearly intercepted. That was a bobble game right there. It was intended for number 8, Caleb Cole.
And number 4, Mike Barnett for the Wildcats was in there, as well as number 3, Josiah White, and 24, Rodriguez Norris. That was a great defensive play for the Wildcats.
So that's going to bring up a third down for the Rangers. I mean, we could have someone rip that off for him. Maybe he doesn't know it's there. Maybe it's to catch the drift to see how fast he can run. Number 2, Kevin Mason's going to run it, and he tried to go for number 12, Caden Jackson, but it was overthrown. And so that's going to bring up a fourth down for the Rangers. And in the past, we have gone for it. And so I feel like we may do that again.
Yeah, we're very close to that part of the field where you might as well go for it.
He's got several receivers lined up. He's going to go for it. He gets it off to number 8, Caleb Cole. And Caleb Cole gains some great yardage before he's taken down and out just around the 15. And so that's going to bring up a first down for the Rangers. A great pass by Kevin Mason and a great catch by Caleb Cole.
And the tackle for the Wildcats was made by number 24, Rodriguez Norris. I have a feeling we're going to be saying Caleb Cole's name a lot tonight, as usual.
Kevin, he's in trouble. He was trying to go for Caleb, but it was overthrown. And he probably could have run and caught it, but he would have been out of the end zone, so it wouldn't have counted for anything.
And that was good defensive pressure again by the Wildcats.
Mason takes the snap. Pass intended for number 8, Caleb Cole. Slides right through his hands. So I do believe that brings up a third down for the Rangers. Mason takes the snap, and he went for a passing play. It looks like he was going for number 12, Caden Jackson, but once again just overthrew it.
And again, the defensive pressure by the Wildcats just got to Kevin.
Mason takes a snap. He's looking. He has Caleb Cole, and that will be good for a Ranger touchdown. Kevin has been looking for those. He's been trying to get the ball off, and he's had great targets, but just kind of overthrew it or threw it right through their hands. And so he was finally able to connect with Caleb Cole, and that's a common connection right there.
It is.
We say that duo's name a lot.
And I know we talked about, well, we'll let this play go. So number 3 for the Wildcats takes Kevin Mason down in the backfield. Number 3 is Josiah White. So as I was saying, we've talked about Kevin breaking records, but I believe Caden Jackson also has had some great games recently.
Yes, in that game where we did score 84 points. I remember reading an article and reading his name several times.
I think he was voted Player of the Week by the newspaper in Alex City.
We had number 22, Taylor Petty, kicking off for the Rangers. And Hayes, I think his kick went about to, if not the same exact spot that the Wildcats kick went when they kicked off.
It did.
I mean, I think it was the same exact spot.
Yeah. And there's a flag. Hopefully we'll be able to see what it is this time. All right, so the Wildcats will take over on offense. Number 4 takes a snap, hands it off to number 3, and he's got some room. A nice gain for the Wildcats. And that'll be a first down.
I don't know if y'all can hear the coach's commentary. I can. So in our microphones, we have headphones, so we can hear ourselves talk. And it sounded like Coach Bell. He's a big kid, tackle him low. Sometimes it's funny to hear their remarks.
Number 4 takes a snap again, hands it off to number 3 once again, and he gains about 2 or 3 yards on that.
I think the defense was prepared to stop him then.
I think we're having some
issues with the clock.
Yeah, clock issues. I think I heard the head referee say that they're going to be keeping time on the field.
So we'll do our best to keep you updated on what the time is. Yeah, we're probably going to have a different time than what the refs have. It might only be off by a few seconds or a couple of minutes, but
it should be around the same.
Hey, time doesn't matter when you're listening to us.
That's right.
So we can be here all night. I'm still petitioning for the comments to get turned on so we can have a more interactive stream. I would love to do. My computer guy, David Smith, over here shaking his head. He's not for it. I'm going to work on it. It's going on my demand list for next year. Play some trivia.
We have a new runner this time for the Wildcats. Number 11.
That was a great stop by the Ranger defense. That's going to bring up a 3rd down for the Wildcats, so he didn't get far. Well, no. He did get the 1st down. I apologize. I'm over there looking at the chain gang, and I saw 3, but he was actually flipping it to 1. You can comment on the streams after they've been live. You can comment when the video's been uploaded, which Coach Grogan and I do go back and watch these.
We do.
So, if you do comment, we'll listen to it.
Flag on the play as number 3 for the Wildcats takes the ball.
There's 2 flags on the play. It looks like number 52, August Rather, was in on that tackle. Some of the other players we got out on the field, we have 52, August Rather, number 99, Armand Boyd, 37, Josiah Anderson, looks like number 2, Kevin Mason, number 8, Caleb Cole, number 12, Caden Jackson, and I do believe that's number 4, Katie Robinson.
And the penalty was holding on the Wildcats, so that backs them up 10 yards.
Still 1st down, but now it's 1st down and a little bit long.
So number 4, Mike Barnett, takes a snap for the Wildcats, throws it, and throws it to no one.
Number 4 for the Wildcats was under some serious pressure by number 37, Jay Anderson. And I want to say Jay was running right at him, and so 4 obviously had to throw it away. But props to Jay, because he didn't. When he saw that he was getting it, he was applying that pressure and that the quarterback was going to have to throw it away. Jay cooled the jets, so that wasn't a penalty on us for like a roughing the passer or late hit. So that will bring up a 2nd down for the Wildcats.
So number 4 takes a snap, passes it to a wide open
Number
receiver,
3.
and that's going to be a touchdown. Touchdown Wildcats.
He was wide open.
That was a beautifully designed play by the Wildcats.
I think they did some kind of like crisscross action, because I was watching on the side closest to the home stands, and number 24, who's now going off the field, like crossed over, and I think number 3 crossed over the other way, and they were watching number 24, and I don't think they were expecting number 3.
Yeah, and that play, when they run routes like that, the receivers, that play is designed to do exactly what it did, confuse the defense.
Looks like they're also going to go for 2.
And it's just overthrown to number 5 for the Wildcats, Titus Hendricks.
And so we're tied. We're all tied up. 6-6. Based on our clock, we got about 7 minutes and 24 seconds. Or based on the clock you're seeing, probably 7 minutes and 22 seconds. Maybe the ref's clock is 7 minutes and 20 seconds. We'll go back down by 2s. That's that math.
And I did not say this earlier, but the Carolina Wildcats are coached by Taft Hendricks and Mark Knight.
And the Rangers are coached by head coach Roland Bell and assistant coaches Joseph Webb and Webb Newman.
And Dallas, I think we have a couple of our alumni down there helping out too. I see Damian Robinson and Leon Stagel.
And it also looks like we don't have a football out on the field.
That's probably important.
Did we lose it?
Where did the ball go? It's like, where's Waldo?
Hey, first cadet that finds that football gets 20 points for their Ranger team. So, cadets, if you can hear us, that could be a real game changer. Another short kick, almost exactly in the same spot. That's a sweet spot tonight.
And Jay Anderson did a really good job of just falling on that ball.
But you can't really complain much about where the kicks keep going because it's put both teams in great field position. They have half the field to work with.
Right.
Great handoff to number 37. Jay Anderson has nothing but green grass ahead of him, and he scores in the end zone on the first drive. Wow, it's too late to ask for a replay, I know. I have got to get that. I've got to get better at that.
We'll get it one day.
We will get it one day, everybody. We will get the replays one day. I always ask too late. What a great run by number 37, Jay Anderson, and great read of the field.
Right, he redirected himself, and he showed off his speed, too. I'm going to have to make sure he's on the track team this year. He was on there last year.
So they went for two, missed it. It was that number 53, Stephen Hauer.
It is.
Trying to catch the 2 point. That's a change in because Stephen normally plays on the line. He knew it. He threw his hands up. He's like, I tried. Good job, Stephen.
Good job, Stephen.
And I know Miss Cynthia normally tunes in, so I know his family frequently watches. Stephen is our battalion commander, so he leads the Corps of Cadets. He's now joking with the coach. He said it was too high for me.
So what are the odds that this kickoff goes in the exact same spot?
I'm honestly hoping it does. We have number 22, Taylor Petty, kicking off for the Rangers. Up. It went a little bit further. Still in the general area.
Number 4 for the Wildcats, Mike Barnett, falls on the ball. So they will take over 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
I know all the cadets are probably excited because it's an open weekend, and those are always the best after closed weekends, which was last weekend. So some of them will be going home for the weekend, but still have a good crowd so far at the game. And I was hearing some conversations with the ref. They were telling them to put our scoreboard with the clock on 0. So that clock is no longer even running.
So number 3 again for the Wildcats.
He was doing some mad protection over that ball. He was hugging it.
Exactly what you're supposed to do. A really good run for the Wildcats, so that'll be a 1st down into Ranger territory.
And I will say, Hayes, a lot of the Wildcat players, they are bigger. They look built. That's the word for it. And they're making some impressive runs.
Number 4 takes a snap. He's going to hand it off to number 3 again. He bobbled the ball at first, but he recovered nicely and gains.
You know, I will agree, he is a bigger player, almost like a tank.
Right.
They are having a hard time getting him down.
And he got a good, solid 4 yards on that play. Yeah, I imagine it's not too easy to tackle him. So I think that's the end of the first quarter.
There's no way it's a heat timeout. It's not hot. Once again, coming up at halftime, we are going to have the announcement of the homecoming float decorating contest. We're going to introduce the homecoming court and announce the homecoming queen. And we are also going to recognize members of the class of 1974. And we are also going to recognize new inductees to the Ranger 100.
What is the Ranger 100?
The Ranger 100 is a newly established invite-only group that recognizes those that go above and beyond for the sake of the Academy and its mission.
Where's our invite, Dallas? We'll have to talk to our vice president about that.
We'll put it on our list. You know, the Ranger 100 is for parents, alumni, and outside supporters of the inside supporters of the Academy. You know, people who contribute to make this Academy what it is and pave the way for upgrades, renovations, and, you know, just supporting what we do here. We do that every day. So there's a flag. You know, we do something a little different. You know, most schools will have homecoming parades. We don't do parades. We do displays. They call them floats, but, you know, when I think of a float, I think of something that moves. So these are displays, and each company designs and puts together their own display. And all of the displays were impressive this year.
I hate I missed it today.
Echo Company, theirs is always the best to watch. Now, I don't know the winners. I'm going to get that information soon, probably closer to halftime.
I heard there was a bit of a brawl.
There was.
For one of the displays.
There was a brawl between the Rangers and the Wildcats.
I think it was Riley Mitchell and Hayden Swindle.
Riley Mitchell was representing the Wildcats, and Hayden Swindle was representing the Rangers. And if you don't know, people listening know nothing about that matchup and those two individuals. Hayden Swindle has to be a whopping 4'9", 4'8", and Riley Mitchell has to be a whopping 5'10", 6 foot. And Hayden went out there, and man, he dominated and ultimately got the knockout. And when we talk about that, it was not a real fight, ladies and gentlemen. It was a
pretend fight.
It was a skit.
Right.
Some of our kids have futures in acting careers.
Well, when they came up to me and asked me if I saw the fight, at first I thought the worst.
No, call Conor McGregor. Swindle could dominate Conor McGregor.
I'd like to see that matchup.
But it was awesome to watch. They really put on a show. Echo always does. Echo has some energetic personalities.
And once again, number 3 for the Wildcats takes the ball up the middle. A nice gain.
Looks like number 99, Armand Boyd, might have just tweaked his ankle. So he's going to come off the field, get that checked out. And number 3, Matthew Pappas, is going to enter the game. And that pass was going to be handed off to number 3 for the Wildcats. He doesn't get far. Just past the line of scrimmage.
And number 3 for the Wildcats is slow to get up.
And it looks like their coach is joining them on the field. That kind of reminds me of when Auburn was playing Texas A&M and Jimbo Fisher was trying to be a part of the game.
Wish we would have just run him over.
That would have not worked in our favor because we probably wouldn't have scored.
That's right.
Number 3 for the Wildcats got up, and he's staying in the game, persevering.
And I think Kevin Mason took care of whatever was hanging off the
no.
back. Is it still there?
Well, yes. Not as long anymore. Oh. He must have heard me say that. I have nothing against whatever is hanging out of his back pocket. It was just
very long.
Very long. And it's all I could notice.
I didn't want him to trip up on it.
Yeah. I mean, it was like a little when he was down there trying to go for a 2-point conversion, someone grabbed onto it, and they were just pulling it, and he was still going. He was just stretching with him. We want to recognize the cadets that are up here in the booth with us tonight, helping us out. We got Cadet David Smith running the computer and telling me I'm too late for replays because I always am. And we have Cadet Jay Goggins on the camera for the stream that you are seeing. And we have Cadet William Lynn up here filming for the football team. And it looks like this may be another timeout.
I think so.
You know, we don't know what time it is. We know what time it is. We don't know what the time is in the game. Around 10 minutes is what I'm hearing. Hayes and I, we were talking about the comments for our viewers to be able to comment on the stream. David's still going to shake his head no, but if we push hard enough, I feel like we can convince.
If we are annoying enough about it,
they will do it.
Yep.
But another. I think another one of our demands should be air conditioning. A nice enclosed facility up here.
And refreshments.
We're trying to make one of those lists that music artists present to a venue before a concert. Like, this is what they want the venue to provide them.
And if they're not provided those
mad.
things.
Do y'all know what that's called? Like a list that music artists provide to venues.
There's a word for it.
No, I think it starts with an R.
And number 3 takes the handoff, and he will get the first down. So first and 10, just inside the 10-yard line.
called a rider. I knew that's. I knew it's. I could. And I
knew
knew
it
it
was
was something with an R.
strange,
I
like-
thought it was like runner. It can't be something simple like a request. A rider.
Or list of demands.
Mm-hmm. He thought the ball had snapped and he was just going on for it. So that's going to be a flag on the Wildcats, and that's going to push them back. Oh, Hayes, I know what our other demand will be. The ability to do on-field interviews.
Yes, that's probably the most important one.
We want to be able to walk around and have whoever is on the camera follow us, maybe talk to some fans, talk to coaches, do a little halftime interview.
I thought you were about to say halftime show. I didn't sign up for that.
We were told that our broadcast may be going over the actual speakers in the stadium, and we were almost ready to not jump on the live stream.
Pack it up and go home.
Hey, we like talking to you guys. There's only a select crowd that get to listen to us. Y'all are the blessed ones this evening. I don't know where we are in relation to how close we are to halftime. The game is still pretty low scoring. The Rangers have 12, Wildcats have 6.
And it's going to be another false start on the Wildcats.
I think they're getting kind of frustrated with each other. They're eager. They're eager and hungry to score. So understandably so. Looks like we got number 77, Walter Conrad, in. He's one I haven't seen out there this evening.
So it'll be a 2nd and goal for the Wildcats. Number 3 takes the ball. He's going to try to go around the left end.
That was a great tackle by number 52, August Rather. Took him right out of bounds. Gained some yardage, but that is going to bring up a 3rd down. They got that one off without getting a false start this time.
So, yeah, it's going to be 3rd and goal from about the 11-yard line. Actually, 4th down. There was a penalty, and Coach Bell declined it. Well, I guess it's still third down.
Still 3rd down.
Number 3, once again, gets the ball for the Wildcats.
Almost slipped up there.
He did, but he has nowhere to go. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. Well, I guess that was 4th down because we are getting the ball.
So.
Well, I think everybody was a little confused on that last play. The down marker said third down, but it was in fact fourth down.
And according to our clock, it's accurate. We have 4 minutes and 53 seconds left to go in the second quarter.
One of our most recent alumni, Nathan Harvey, is tuning in to the live stream.
Nathan.
He said we were doing a great job.
Thank you. We miss you. Nathan worked with us this summer.
And he's
a hard worker.
He's at Marion.
Yeah. Nathan's a hard worker. Good kid. And there is another flag. I think they just maybe threw that on the coach because he's like on the field. Did he just? I thought he may have. I think the flag was on their coach. It was. I have noticed how he has tried to join the players on the field in play. They have Kevin Mason has a hole. Nothing but green grass ahead of him. No one around him. That's a touchdown, Rangers. Replay. Did I get it?
There we go. Oh.
No. I'm going to get it tonight, David. I'm going to get it tonight. Great run by Kevin. Great way to find an opening and turn on the gas. So if I had to assume once again the Rangers are going to go for a 2-point conversion. Let's see. Oh, went right through the hands of Katie Robinson. Almost good for the 2-point conversion. Is that right?
Yes.
I thought I got it wrong there for a minute.
That is correct.
So now your score is 18-6. Rangers are leading the way. That was clever. So we'll have number 22, Taylor Petty, kicking off again for the Rangers. What's your feeling on this kick?
Same spot.
And in fact, our kicker is injured. So props to almost the same exact spot. And that would be considered an onside kick, or
yeah.
Great job to Taylor Petty. Our kicker got injured at practice, and Cadet Petty has stepped up, and he's done a great job. He just got the ball back to the Rangers.
Right.
So let's see if we can get a score right here on the first drive like we have for the past two. Mason. Oh, my goodness. I think he's got it. Oh, he was close. the way things are just kind of falling into place this evening, with how the kicks are going into the same place. I feel like we're kind of prophesizing what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get he didn't score. He was close. That's going to be a first and goal, definitely. A great pass by Kevin Mason. He was under some pressure, and he was just looking for someone that was open. And, of course, he found number 8, Caleb Cole, just shy of the end zone. Mason takes the snap. He's going to throw it deep to number 4, Katie Robinson, and that will be a touchdown, Rangers. Coach Newman is pumped up.
So that was a quick scoring drive by the Rangers.
It's been very quick the past 3 drives. So we are going to go for it. Go for 2. We've missed all the 2-point conversions this evening.
At some point, we got to get one, right?
I mean, they've been close. All of them have been very close.
Oh, there's a flag. Be on the Rangers. That'll back us up 5 yards, so we'll try this again. And we have another one of our recent alumni tuning into the live stream, Dre Deshill.
Yeah,
Shout out to you.
We called his name a lot last year.
We did.
Speed, he's very fast. He was Kevin Mason made a lot of connections with Dre.
And the 2-point conversion is going to be no good.
And so, with around 3 minutes and 45 seconds left to go in the first half, the Rangers lead 24-6.
It's been a pretty good game so far.
It has.
Competitive.
Both on the Ranger team, both sides of the ball are performing well, offense and defense. Blocking well, running well, passing well, improving, and finding those opportunities to profit on. And the Wildcats are also performing great. They have a very strong run game, which we've noticed.
Yeah, that big boy number 3. He's hard to take down. And Dallas, I'm surprised you haven't mentioned this yet, but the Wildcats uniforms, their pants,
are purple.
Your favorite color.
I noticed that, and I wanted to. I did think about mentioning it. I do love the deep purple. I mean, in relation to schools, I love when their color is purple.
Their uniforms look like the University of Washington's uniforms. That's probably what they were modeled after.
The purple and gold, I like. I like the gold helmets. Maybe we should do an alternate uniform.
That would be cool.
Another demand. That might be asking a little bit too much.
I think we need to start dressing out. Give us some shoulder pads and helmets up here.
Let us just go out there and play.
We'll take this show to a whole different level.
I mean, we will actually put you in the action. We will put our listeners in the action. Mic up a player.
And it's going to be another false start on the Wildcats.
That coach better. I am worried that he is about to.
Yeah, I believe if he gets one more penalty, he will be ejected.
Well, we thought they were calling a timeout, but they aren't. It looks like the refs are going to go have a discussion.
A little chit chat.
Well, and that didn't even last long.
Wonder what they said. We really need them mic'd up.
Oh, I think because the Wildcats have gotten several false start penalties, and they are saying something about don't mimic the snap.
Yeah, because that really can throw off a center. And another flag.
I guess there's probably something we can't see from up here. We do have a good view.
I mean, I don't think I've seen this many false starts ever in a game, especially in one half.
I just heard one of the coaches for the Wildcats ask about time, and they said I thought he said one. Oh, yeah, David's got me. We have about 1 minute and 30 seconds left to go in the first half.
Number 4 for the Wildcats.
Yeah, he was getting a good run there.
But he only gained about 3 yards on that. So it'll be 2nd and long for the Wildcats.
You know, I have these new wireless microphones that we could give to the referees, and they could just carry them in their back pocket. And when they are getting ready to announce something, they can just whip it out. I would like to know,
Yeah.
I also don't know which one would be saying what the flag is.
The one with the white hat. Oh, and it also looks like we've got Sergeant Cadenhead back helping out tonight. Good to see him. And Coach Bowen.
So there is a timeout. Little wave from Cadet Ashton Lovell. He's a JV player. And the young man in the white shirt that you saw out on the field, that is Leon Stagel. He's a recent graduated last year.
Some of you might remember him from the live streams last year. He has some great dance moves.
Yeah, it's some very impressive heel clicks. So we're happy to have him back here. Helping out on the sidelines.
So 2nd and long for the Wildcats. It's going to be a passing play.
He's going to get taken down immediately by number 52, August Rather. That was a great tackle by number 52. He got him from behind. And that halftime. So it looks like we're moving to halftime. I'm gonna stay up and let you know what's going on the field. So David's gonna keep me live. Going into halftime, the Rangers have 24 and the Wildcats have 6. Great performance so far by both teams. So we are entering halftime. I'm not sure how well the pickup would be over the loudspeakers, so I'm going to read what's going on as well, just so everybody can hear.
Ranger friends, family, and community, on behalf of Southern Preparatory Academy, welcome to the 2023 halftime show. First, we would like to announce the winners of the Homecoming Float Decoration Contest. In fourth place,
So we're going to be announcing
Bravo Company.
the winners of the Homecoming Float Decoration Contest. In fourth place, we have Bravo Company. In second place, we have a tie between Alpha and Charlie Company.
And drum roll, please.
And in first place, the winning company is Echo. Like Coach Grogan and I talked about earlier, they did have a great presentation.
Now for the moment we've all been waiting on, please welcome our 2023 homecoming court to the field.
Our homecoming court is entering the field. I'm not gonna speak the whole time. I'm just gonna read out the names when they're called, and hopefully you can catch what else is being said over the speakers.
Up first, we will recognize our homecoming princesses. Representing Bravo Company is Miss Addie Cole from Lincoln, Alabama. She is escorted tonight by her brother, Cadet Caleb Cole, also from Lincoln, Alabama.
Representing Bravo Company is Miss Addie Cole from Lincoln, Alabama. She is being escorted tonight by her brother, Caleb Cole, who is also from Lincoln, Alabama.
Jackson's Gap, Alabama.
Next up, representing Echo Company is Miss Clarabelle Rodriguez from Jackson's Gap, Alabama, and she is being escorted by Cadet Daniel Olar, who is from Oxford, Mississippi.
Representing Alpha Company, we have Miss Madeline Wall from Lapine, Alabama. She is escorted tonight by Cadet August Rather, who is from Daphne, Alabama.
Representing Alpha Company, we have Miss Madeline Wall from Lapine, Alabama, and she is being escorted by Cadet August Rather, who is from Daphne, Alabama.
Tonight by Cadet Kevin Mason, who is from Tallahassee, Alabama.
Next up, also representing Alpha Company, we have Miss Kay Galt from Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, who is being escorted by Cadet Kevin Mason, who is from Tallahassee, Alabama.
Miss Heather Mayfield from Springville, Alabama, escorted tonight by Cadet Jay Goggins, who is from Pell City, Alabama.
Representing Bravo Company, we have Miss Heather Mayfield from Springville, Alabama, escorted by Cadet Jay Goggins, who is from Pell City,
Also
Alabama.
representing Bravo Company, we have Miss Abby Moore from Prattville, Alabama, escorted tonight by Cadet Jackson Weston, who is from Boca Raton, Florida.
Next up, we have Abby Moore from Prattville, Alabama. She is being escorted tonight by Cadet Jackson Weston,
And again,
who is from Boca Raton, Florida.
from Prattville, Alabama, escorted tonight by Cadet Taylor Petty, who is from Deepsville, Alabama.
Next up, we have Miss Madeline Gillis from Prattville, Alabama. She is being escorted tonight by Cadet Taylor Petty, who is from
Representing
Deepsville,
Charlie
Alabama.
Company, we have Miss Abby Reckbacher from Mount Pleasant, South South Carolina. She is escorted by Cadet Joshua Galt, who is also from Mount Pleasant, South Carolina.
Next up, we have Abby Weckbacher from Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. She is being escorted by Cadet Joshua Galt, who is also from Mount Pleasant, South Carolina.
And now for the moment you've been waiting for. Your 2023 homecoming queen is Miss Heather Mayfield, representing Bravo Company. She is escorted tonight by Cadet Jay Goggins.
And the homecoming queen for 2023 is Heather Mayfield, representing Bravo Company. And she is being escorted by Cadet Jay Goggins.
All right, let's give them all another big round of applause. Don't they look beautiful tonight? Our homecoming princesses, give us a wave. Our homecoming princesses, give us a wave. Oh yeah, don't they look beautiful tonight?
All right, welcome back. We're about ready to start the second half. So the Wildcats will be on offense to start us off. It's a handoff up the middle to number 24. He gets about a yard on the play. So it'll be a 2nd and 9 for the Wildcats. So number 18 for the Wildcats took the ball up the middle, but there are 2 flags down on the play, a yellow flag and a pink flag. It's going to be a holding on the Wildcats, so that will back them up 10 yards. All right, so another handoff for the Wildcats and another pink flag is on the field. It is going to be another holding call on the Wildcats, and I think we're going to get an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on the Wildcats as well. On number 5. And another flag is going to be thrown on one of the Carolina coaches. Unsportsmanlike penalty on one of the Wildcat coaches, so that will. The Wildcats are in a very tough situation right now. It's going to be a 3rd and basically forever. So number 4 drops back to pass. He's going to keep the ball, run with it, and there is another flag. He's taken down by number 37, Jay Anderson. But, like I said, another flag, probably a holding. And it is a holding on the Wildcats. So they continue to dig themselves deeper into a hole. So, I mean, it's got to be about 3rd and 50 right now, at least. an almost impossible situation for the Wildcats to get out of. They're just going to toss the ball to number 18. He takes it around the right end and is tackled by number 4 and number 8. Number 4 is Katie Robinson. Number 8 is Caleb Cole. So that brings up 4th and extremely long. Not many plays in the playbook for this. The Wildcats are going to be punting, and it's shanked. So the Rangers are going to get the ball in excellent field position. We'll see where they mark it off. So the Rangers will take over possession at the Wildcat 21-yard line. Kevin Mason takes the ball, passes it to Katie Robinson for the Ranger touchdown.
And I've decided to rejoin Hayes.
Welcome back.
I had to take a little break. And, you know, and if my mom, if she's listening, she's going to text me and ask me why I'm so out of breath. It is that ladder.
These stairs are no joke.
But, you know, when you work somewhere, people just want to talk to you sometimes, no matter how big of a mission you're on. And so I'd gone on a little break, and I was making my way back up here, and I think I got stopped by every single person I passed.
Well, you're real popular here.
Lots of problems to be solved. Lots of people that need my assistance. I did. I got to see former cadet Owen Wolf.
I saw him, earlier.
When he was here, I was still the parent coordinator, so he was asking me about my new role as the student life and telling him all about all the good things we have going on around here. It's good to see him.
And Dallas, you probably saw down there.
The kick that went over the stands?
No, I was going to say the 20 million penalties.
No, I didn't see that.
It was about a 3rd and 50.
For who?
For the Wildcats.
Oh.
I think there were about 3 unsportsmanlike penalties, about 5 holding calls. It was a lot.
What was happening? I missed that.
One of the unsportsmanlike penalties was on one of their players. One was on a coach.
I did see the kick because I was walking up and thought everybody was saying, "Oh my gosh," and I thought it was coming from my head, and so I was ducking as I was walking, and then I looked back to see it was going for Miss Lily's head.
Oh, the punt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So number 24 receives the kickoff for the Wildcats. And so they will start 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
I told you, Hayes, I told you my mom would text me and ask me why I'm so out of breath. It was not my mom. My dad did text me and ask me why I was so out of breath. Dad, it is because I have to run, essentially, and high step up some bleachers.
And a ladder.
Low step up some stairs, and then climb a ladder. So it's kind of like a little obstacle course to get up here. And when you're in a rush, everything just puts you in a tizzy. Oh!
Number 4 bobbles a snap, he escapes number 37 for the Rangers, and he takes the ball himself. He ends up getting, well,
there was
he
a fumble.
And he might be a little shaken up after that.
And the Rangers got it. Oh, and of course, Hayes, in my endeavors venturing back to the booth up here, I did have to stop by the concession stand to see Miss Murphy, and she graciously gave me a Diet Coke, which I was very appreciative of.
That's very nice of her. She gave me a sausage dog.
She gave me a hot dog earlier. Miss Murphy, she's a great employee. We hosted the cross-country meet on campus around 2 weeks ago, and we had a parent compliment her attitude and demeanor. Her daughter was struggling to finish the race, and Miss Murphy ran alongside of her and encouraged her to finish, and the young lady actually ended up beating her time from the last race.
And back to the concession stand food, shout out to First Sergeant Kolb for grilling for us tonight.
Yes, grilling his famous Ranger burger and Ranger dogs.
And I think that was Nathan Johnson on the carry. So that'll be a first down for the Rangers.
Nice completion to number 8, Caleb Cole. Very nice completion. We announced the winners of the homecoming floats at halftime. And also in my adventure back up here, Cadet Jackson Newman and Reed Hendricks stopped me. And they were informing me not only did they do the acting in their skit display float, they also wrote the script of that was being read during their display. They were very proud of their work.
I'm going to have to get them to recreate it for me so I can see it, because I know it was entertaining if those two came up with it.
And Cadet Newman is a very entertaining cadet. He is full of energy.
Oh, yeah, I've got both of them on the cross-country team, and never a dull moment.
He was acting as one of the coaches, I think for Cadet Swindle. He was one of the coaches. And Cadet Hendricks was a referee. Oh! Was that a little... Did Stephen Howard throw that ball?
No, that was Kevin, I think.
No,
wait.
Kevin. Maybe it was Kevin. KD with the touchdown.
I think it was Caden Jackson, number 12.
Guys, we're sorry.
It's been a long day.
We were too busy talking about Echo Company's display, and we missed what was going on, but it was a touchdown for the Rangers.
That's all that matters.
So we do know that, and whoever caught the ball, I did look up and see that they were wide open. Maybe it must be Caden Jackson, because I thought it was Kevin, because I saw the number 2.
Well, whoever it was, great job.
Did they call it back?
Something happened.
Oh, there was a flag.
Holding.
So
thanks, Malachi.
The touchdown is called back. So the Rangers are going to have another attempt. Low snap. Kevin's under pressure, gets the ball off, and I believe it was intercepted.
It was. That was a great defensive play for the Wildcats.
They were all over Kevin Mason and applying the pressure, and then down there on the receiver, applying the pressure there.
And it was I think it was number 18 with the interception for the Wildcats.
The Wildcats certainly haven't given up. I mean, they're playing great football. Lots of penalties, lots of flags, both sides, I think.
But Dallas, looking at their roster, they have several.
It's a young team. It's a very young team.
2 7th graders, a couple of 8th graders.
And
There's no seniors on their team.
And I actually don't think that whole roster is present because there are only 3 players on the sideline.
Right. So number 3 for the Wildcats, once again, takes a handoff, but he doesn't get very much yardage on that play, if any.
Yes, so I heard they only brought 9 players, and they have 9 high schoolers on their team. They have 14 total players. 9 of them are high schoolers. The others are middle schoolers.
So they probably brought the high schoolers.
Yes.
So that'll bring up a 2nd and 9 for the Wildcats.
High snap. He gets it off, though.
Yep. Once again, number 3, right up the middle, and that'll be enough for a first down.
He was looking for a hole, but he ran right into number 12, Caden Jackson, number 41, Sam Rowland, and number 52, August Rather, was there assisting with that.
So 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at the 30-yard line. An option play. Oh, and number 3 just slips up.
Looks like that's going to be a timeout, or is that that's the end of the 3rd quarter? The not having a clock's really throwing me off. After the game, this Office of Student Life is hosting a little 5th quarter. We're going to have some pizza, some soda pops.
Some tunes.
Yeah, I'll be entering my other duty as assigned as resident DJ. And I actually, does William Weber listen to these? William, if you're listening to this right now, can you actually come up here so I can ask you a question? I'm trying to figure out if I need to go get my speaker or if I can connect to some kind of device.
Maybe our new sound system?
And, I mean, let's get this stadium rocking.
I'll go out there on the 50-yard line and bust a move.
Get like a line dance, maybe some Cotton Eye Joe.
Copperhead Road.
Bunny hop. I love the bunny hop. We could, what's that Beyonce song? Cuff It. I love that song. And I do a little line dance to the song Cuff It. Maybe we are the halftime entertainment in the future. I don't know about that.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
But if the people love it, we got to give the people what they love.
I don't know if the people would love it or if the people would be scared. It would depend on what type of performance. Thank you, William. He didn't hear me. My computer guy right here, he's taking care of us. We can't get the replays, and maybe we'll get it for the last game. That's going to be our goal, David. The last game, we're going to get the replays down. And now we have Cadet Malachi Tucker up here running the camera.
Number 4 is dropping back to pass.
Wide.
Oh.
He was pretty much wide open. Great defense by Kevin Mason, breaking up that pass. There is a flag.
So it's going to be a holding on the Rangers. So with that penalty, that'll be a first down for the Wildcats. So 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Number 4 drops back to pass. He's got all day, but it's going to be incomplete. Just a little low on the throw. So that'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 for the Wildcats. Number 4 takes a snap. Some good defensive pressure.
Oh, great defensive pressure. He had number 41, Sam Rowland, coming up from him from behind. Who made that? Was it August Rather that made that tackle? It was either August Rather or Jay Anderson. I saw them both in that vicinity. And they're shaking hands at the center of the field, so they both probably assisted on that tackle.
Number 3 for the Wildcats takes the handoff. Gains about 5 or 6 yards on that. That's a nice gain.
It's not good enough for the first down. So that is going to bring up a 4th down for the Wildcats. So we're lining back up here. Takes the snap, hands it off to number 3, and he was trying to push for that, and he does not get the first down. So that's going to be a turnover on downs, and the ball's going to go to the Rangers. We have about maybe 9 minutes. Snap is off to Kevin Mason. He looking for a hole. Gets it off to number 12, Caden Jackson. Nothing but green grass ahead of him. He runs straight into the end zone. There goes the cannon. That will be another touchdown for the Rangers.
And I think shooting or firing the cannon is Carter Floyd.
Yep, that is Cadet Carter Floyd pulling the chain back there. Of course, with the assistance of First Sergeant Cole. You know, Kevin, he was under some pressure there on the backside of him. There was a block, and a Wildcat defender had been taken down, and then he got back up, and he was going for Kevin. But thankfully he was able to find Caden Jackson, and that was good enough for a Ranger touchdown.
I'm going to have to find Kevin after the game and ask him what is hanging out of his back pocket.
We're still on that. We're still on that. Maybe it's part of his shirt ripped. Low snap. We're going for 2 points. Do we? Yes! And he finds Katie Robinson in the end zone. Good enough for the 2-point conversion. So the score is now 40-6 with your Rangers leading the way. I like that. That's a good catchphrase. Our motto is Rangers lead the way, so it really works out.
It does.
Hearing some cheers in the background. And we have number 22, Cadet Taylor Petty, to kick it off.
Same spot?
It's going to be in between the 45s.
I'm going for that 1974 logo right there.
I'm going for the 50.
Oh.
I thought we were going to maybe have the S. We got it down to the 40. Great job, Taylor. You've been killing it tonight. And way to step up too. I know we've talked about that. We talked about that earlier. Way to step up.
So we've got a timeout on the field.
Back. We went on mute there for a little bit. Hayes said his ears just needed a little break. We have like earmuffs on. You'd think
it's very constricting.
You would think it's winter out here. We got these heavy earmuffs on, but then Hayes made the statement that people probably have headaches after listening to us. We hope that's not the case.
But if it is, we do apologize. Hopefully you got some Advil or something.
Yeah, this broadcast is not sponsored by Advil, ibuprofen, Tylenol PM, Excedrin,
Benadryl,
or any of those. But no, we try and keep it light and keep it good, entertaining for you guys. Entertaining, informative, all of the above.
And I know we mentioned the how our players are wearing pink.
Mm-hmm.
I just noticed that some of our players have pink stripes on their helmets too.
Yeah. I really like the new jerseys.
They are sharp.
They look very good.
Number 4 takes a snap, hands the ball off to number 3. He's got a lot of space ahead of him. He might go all the way.
I think he is. A great offensive run by number 3 for the Wildcats.
We've been calling his number and name a lot tonight.
So I bet they will probably go for a 2-point. Well, looking at their roster, it doesn't even appear that they have a kicker on their roster. So they also have someone stepping up to fill that role.
And something I've learned from watching 8-man football, it seems like the thing to do is go for 2 every time. Number 4 takes a snap.
Number 7, Brett Dobbs, was right there on his trail.
And are they really going to call that?
If they are going to call that, that's a bad call. I mentioned how Jay Anderson earlier was going for the quarterback, and once he realized he was getting a pass off, he stopped his momentum, and he still touched him, but he didn't tackle him. And that's exactly what Dobbs just did.
And it is important to protect the quarterback, but
I would have understood if Dobbs would have actually tackled him, but it was just a little tap. And it's actually number 25 for the Wildcats that's doing the kicking, I believe.
He's been doing a good job too.
He just got the tee thrown to him.
How much time do we have left, David? An estimate around 5 minutes? Who knows? Could be 5, could be 10. Probably not 10.
Number 25 for the Wildcats, kicking off right there to that original spot.
And it looked like KD was trying to...
KD was thinking about what he was going to do.
I think he was going to initially toss the ball back to Caden Jackson. Clean up on aisle 5.
It appears that we have a Wildcat that is out there losing his lunch. We hope he's okay. Probably.
He's been playing hard all night.
He has. All of their players have been playing very hard. You know, it's hard with there not being many of them. And they've been playing very hard. And I don't know much about the weather in South Carolina.
And Pickens.
Yeah. So they could. The weather in Alabama is different. I mean, from anywhere you go. I mean, it's different in Camp Hill versus in Auburn.
Mm-hmm. Let's just hope no one ends up in that pile out there.
But hopefully he's okay. He got off the field. He's on the sideline now. But they've been playing hard, so props to the Wildcats. They really have.
Especially after such a long trip.
I mean, number 3's jersey is ripping on the other side. We can see one side that's untucked, and then looking at the other side, it is ripped. Number 24, Nathan Johnson took the snap, and he passed it off to number 22, Taylor Petty. That play didn't make it far. And we do have number 5 for the Wildcats coming back on the field.
I think we have, Nathan Johnson's in at quarterback. It's a direct snap to
to number 22, Taylor Petty.
Fumble on the play, and the Wildcats will recover at number 16, Antoine Tukes.
It looks like Coach Bell is putting in some players, some different players now. I see number 40, Rhett Driggers out on the field. I saw number 6, Najee Cole, who actually has a broken pinky, I believe. So he's out there in a club and everything.
Better stay away from him.
Hey, I'm telling you, if I had one of those things, I wouldn't even try to block. I would just be bopping people.
Number 3.
Number 5 with a good block.
And he just trips on the grass. Wonder if Coach Bell forgot to mow that one little section of the field.
And, you know, Coach Bell, he mows this field in his own time.
And it looks great.
He gets this. He's a teacher. He's the athletic director. And he's the football coach. He spends a lot of time getting this field ready for game day. Number 3 takes the snap. He's protecting that ball. I've been very impressed. And number 7, Brett Dobbs, he missed the tackle the first time, and he was taken down, and he got right back up and then got the tackle on the player with the ball.
There are 3 flags on the field, 2 yellow ones and one pink one.
I thought maybe I saw that pink one on the ground earlier, and I thought it was maybe
one of their towels or something.
But it is in fact a flag. Great tackle by number 7. I feel like the flag may be on him, but that was still a great play.
Good effort.
A great way to. He got knocked down and he got up and he completed what he was out there set out to do.
So 2nd and about 6 or 7 for the Wildcats at the 50-yard line. Number 4 drops back to pass.
He gets the pass off, but he's immediately taken down by number 5 for the Rangers, who is James Rather, who we've been calling August Rather's name a lot tonight. James Rather is actually his brother. August is in his 4th year at the academy, and this is James's 1st year. We have several siblings this year. Some other people I see out on the field. I see number 17, Tyler Hill. Number 40, Rhett Driggers. Number 12, Caden Jackson. I'm looking through the people. Number 5, James Rather. Najee Cole. Trying to show everyone some love and call out everybody's name.
Hey, and we even have a new photographer on the field. Swindle.
Oh yeah, Cadet Swindle. Came off the winning fight this afternoon. Also see number 50, Jason Thompson, out on the field. If this is complete, I have that flag. There was a flag thrown almost immediately after the ball was snapped. We got quite the crowd up here with us now. I kind of feel like we have Jason Lovell up here. He's standing behind us, and I kind of feel like he's our bodyguard almost. We might need that in the future. If this thing blows up,
I think he would be happy to be our bodyguard.
What do you say? Huh?
Oh.
Snap, way over his head. He's not going to make it far. Well, I thought he wasn't going to make it far.
Almost intercepted by Caden Jackson. That was a great play on defense.
I mean, great defense all around, even with, I saw number 40, Rhett Driggers, in the backfield. He applied that pressure. I think he's beating himself up a little bit for missing that tackle, but he was applying that pressure to shake up that play. I also see number 50, Jason Thompson, on the field.
So, once again, number 4 drops back to pass. Having a hard time finding an open receiver.
He is getting some pressure. Gets the pass off. Intercepted by number 4, Katie Robinson. He is down there. He was pushing through, and he was not being taken down. Ultimately, I think he got out of bounds. There is a flag on the play. I feel like.
All right, that's the end of the game.
Well, that is the end of the game.
I think. And that is the end of the ball game. So your Rangers come out with a homecoming victory, 40-12.
Well, I mean, we don't know how much time. We did not know how much time was left. And so now they will. So this is a tradition, uniquely Southern Prep. Instead of shaking hands like normal, they walk to center field to salute the other team for a job well done. All right, folks, there you have it. the Rangers come out with a homecoming victory, 40-12. It was good to be back on the live stream tonight. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, wherever you're tuning in from. We have people from all over. We can't wait to be back up here. We only have one more home game
senior night.
So it'll be Coach Grogan and I again.
Surprise.
We know y'all love listening to us. Hopefully none of you get headaches. But thank you all for tuning in, and y'all have a safe weekend and a good evening.